about some research done on Vastu. Maharishi International University did some research where they had a sociologist uh, interview several hundred people worldwide that have Vastu built, houses. And the survey's results were really powerful. And it coincides with Mahari's prediction that living in these homes would create an influence of good health, happiness, family harmony, and growth. Uh, so the first questions they asked is 80%, and they found that 88% of the parents that noted that the children are happier, doing better in school, and they're healthier. 90%, 92% said that people felt successful in their relationships, profession, and wealth. Um, 80% reported improved mental health, mental, physical, sleep, better, less felt less stressful, and that goes along with what we're doing is reducing the stress in the environment. 80, 85% again less stressful. 90% improved quality of life. In their family relationships and their fulfillment of their goals and just feeling comfortable in their home. So other interesting things found that in several instances throughout the world, Vastu provides a shield that protects from natural calamities. So I had one here in Carlsbad, California. I did Vastu rectification for a house, and when we moved here, um, there was a terrible fire called the Poinsettia fire, uh, and let's see here. I can show that slide real quick. So it burned, several thousand acres, and the house that I did Vastu for survived, and the house right next door burned. And you can see this. This is a kind of a bluff. Excuse me, a bluff, and the fire burned right up and burned this house and spared the house that had Vastu rectification right next to it. And there's a lot of other situations in Fairfield, Iowa, where they had a huge fire, and it went right around the wind direction suddenly changed when it was just about to wipe out this Vastu community. I did a Montessori school in Austin, and the tornado came right through, wiped out a Walmart, and then it split and went around a Montessori school. And then in Connecticut, there were a few Vastu homes that completely survived Hurricane Sandy, and they were totally protected. So yeah. So the other research that's been done by Maharishi International University is the brain, the brain function. According to the research, brain cells fire differently depending on direction that you face. The fire impounded the neurons in the thalamus of the brain are a gateway to perception, awareness, and your productivity, basically. So, depending on the direction that you're facing, it was found that the brain cells fired differently. So, if you face east, there's more of an alpha rhythm produced. People are more productive. North also, more left brain analytical part of the brain. Facing the sun is more the creative right brain function. And south and west, they just didn't have the same productivity. So a lot of other studies showed that sleep is better in the south direction or the east direction. West is okay, but never north. That's because positive magnetic energy comes from the north, and if you sleep with your head in the north direction, it's like bringing two positive and magnets together. It disturbs the blood flow, circulation, digestion, and you don't wake up feeling as rested. They found in some studies that the People with their headboards to the south had longer and more REM states. That's an indication of deeper sleep. Whereas people with their headboards to the north had fewer and shorter REM states. Also, they showed that health was better for those houses that would face east than south. The mental health was better in the studies. They showed that people in hospitals with east-facing windows recovered much more quickly with less complications. Um, Crime rates were more for south-facing houses than east-facing houses. Um, they showed that people had more productivity for east-facing houses. Cardiovascular health was improved for east versus south-facing houses. Um, so, the shape of the building, the orientation of the building, water bodies, things like that are all affect the vastu. And so they did some studies on that and showed that businesses that faced east did better than businesses that faced south. So the conclusion is that that there are a lot of correlations between Vastu architecture and success in life. And here are all the different backups for the studies that were done. So thank you for listening to this research on Vastu. We'll try to keep it updated as new research comes in.